Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against TomBD, another random person offline. So looking at his team, it looks to be really powerful. Looks to be a sand team of sorts, perhaps. So looking at my team, it is the same one I used in the last game. So, what do I want to lead with is the question. We definitely want to make a note of his team first. And so, yeah. I think we're actually going to go with the Marowak in this one. And we'll see how that works out. Definitely looks to be an uphill battle here, just based on the dynamic of his team versus mine. He's going to lead off with the Hippowdon, as we lead off with the Marowak, so not terrible for us. He is going to get the Sandstream to create the Sandstorm on the battlefield. So turn one here, I think the best thing we can probably do is just go Stealth Rock, get that entry hazard set up. It's probably what he's going to do too, and indeed he does outspeed, and he does do that as well. So we are just going to trade Stealth Rocks here, pretty standard. Although we don't have a way to get rid of the Stealth Rock on our team, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so I think at this point, we are going to want to stay in on this thing, and I think we're just going to go ahead and fire off an Earthquake, see how much damage we can get. He is going to go for an Ice Fang, so he actually has that on deck. Going to take us down by about a quarter, not too much, but he actually gets the flinch, so that's pretty miserable for us. Can't do anything that turn. So I guess there's no reason to, well... What do we want to do? You know what? I think actually we are going to change it up here, and we're going to go ahead and switch into the Regice, actually. We're going to give that a shot. So yeah, there it is, and we'll see what he wants to do. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, and he is going to go Earthquake, predicting the switch, so that sucks for us. It is going to knock us down below half, and then we are going to take the sand damage as well, and then get some HP back with the leftovers. So, not 100% sure what we want to do here, but I'm actually, I think I'm going to make a prediction that he might not want to stay in here. And we're actually going to attempt to go ahead and pop a Hail off to get rid of the sand here, as it might actually hurt his team much more. And so he is indeed going to switch out. And he is going to switch into the Scissor, which is not terrible. He does take the Stealth Rock damage, as we do get the Hail off. So we are going to erase the sand with the Hail, which is exactly what we need. And he is going to take the Hail damage, and we are going to get some HP back with the Ice Body, and then we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers as well. So... yeah, now at this point, kind of have a decision to make, because we definitely don't... we kind of want to keep Regice around for just to get rid of the sand if we can. So I think we're going to go ahead and switch out directly into the Manectric here. He may want to... Oh, he's actually going to double switch, though, so that's interesting. He's going to double switch into the Tyranitar, and he is going to take the Stealth Rock damage, and he is going to get the Sandstream to erase our Hail with sand. So yeah, we are going to get the switch here into the Manectric, and we are going to take the Stealth Rock damage, of course. So we're also going to take the sand damage here. So now, once again, another choice to make, because we are choice specs, so we're going to be locked into whatever attack we go for. He does have multiple ground types on the team, so going for the electric attack would be pretty risky at this point. but I don't know if we have anything that we can just straight up switch into this thing, so I think there might be a risk we have to take. So I think we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and try to fire off a Choice Specs Volt Switch, and he does stay in, so that's good. So we do get a Choice Specs Volt Switch on this thing, knocking it down to about half, and then we do get the pivot. So what do we want to bring in to face this thing is the question, and we could definitely make an incredibly risky play and go into the Pidgeot, predicting that he might go for the Earthquake. So we could do that for sure. Anything we do here is probably going to be a relatively sizable risk, so I think we're just going to make the risk in that direction and go into the Pidgeot here. So there it is, the mascot, all shiny in its glory. And what is he going to want to do? Well, first we take the Stealth Rock damage, and he's going to go Dragon Dance, so that's definitely not good. He's going to get that +1 attack and speed, so definitely not good, of course. And then we are going to take the sand damage as well. So I think we can't really afford to switch here, so I think we're going to go ahead and I'm not sure if we're going to outspeed him or not. We are max speed, but if he's max speed with the Dragon Dance, he might outspeed us. But I think we just have to go for a Choice Band U-turn here and see what happens. Unfortunately, he does outspeed, goes for the Rock Slide, and we can definitely not take one of those at +1. So that's going to get rid of our Pidgeot, unfortunately, and knock us to 5. So yeah, I think at this point we are going to go ahead and come in with the Poliwrath. It's probably the best thing we can do, as we do resist both of its stab moves, and then we do take Stealth Rock damage. So I think the best thing we can probably do here, you know, he doesn't really have resistance or an immunity to the fighting attack, so I think we're actually just going to go ahead and go for the Drain Punch outright and see what he wants to do here. He may not want to stay in, even though he is at +1, but either way we'll get some HP back. We'll see what he wants to do. So he is definitely thinking about this one. Yes, definitely taking his time to make his mind up on this play. And he does stay in, and he goes for a Crunch, so that's an interesting play. Not going to do too much damage to us, actually. We are going to fire off a Drain Punch in return. That is just going to go ahead and get rid of that Tyranitar. It is going to give us some HP back, of course, which is good. So yeah, that is going to get rid of that Tyranitar, and that will drop him down to 5 as well. We do gain some HP back here from the leftovers after taking the sand damage. So that is one big threat out of the way, which is nice. One sand setter out of the way, which is nice. But yeah, we'll see what he wants to do in response. So Poliwrath actually looks pretty good against most of his team at this point. So yeah, that is definitely good news for us. So he is once again taking his time thinking about this one, and it is going to be the Garchomp. So that's a little bit of a surprise, actually. But yeah, he's going to take the Stealth Rock damage. And so, yeah, not 100% sure what we want to do here. I think our best bet is probably just to stay in on this matchup. I don't know what he's got planned, but I think our best play is probably to still go with the Drain Punch, so that's what we're going to do here. And he is going to outspeed us for sure. He's going to lock himself into Outrage, and that is going to do quite a lot of damage, actually, knock us down to about a 1/3 HP. We hit him with the Drain Punch in return, which will give us some HP back here, putting us at about half, but then we do take the rough skin and damage, and then also the sand is over this turn, so that's good, and then we get some HP back with the leftovers. So unfortunately, I don't know that we can really survive an attack from this thing, but I don't know that we really have a switch in this situation either. So yeah, unless we might want to try and save Polyrath just because just because it is looking decent against most of his team. So I think we're actually going to have to go ahead and switch in with the Reg Ice as fodder to try and save Polyrath for later. So that's what we're going to do. And so there it is. And we are going to take that Stealth Rock damage. That's one of the big reasons we're just going to kind of have to sack off Reg Ice. That Stealth Rock is just eating us alive. So the second Outrage will definitely take out the Reg Ice, knocking us to 4. The only good thing about that is we do get a clean switch now. And unfortunately, he is still not confused. So I think the best thing we can probably do in this situation is actually come in with the Marowak, and yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to take some Stealth Rock damage, and I guess we're just going to have to hope that we can take the Outrage here and then KO this thing with an Earthquake max attack. So that's what we're going to try to do. He gets the third Outrage off, and we cannot survive that, actually, unfortunately. So that's really bad for us. That's going to knock us down to 3, and now he does get confused. So yeah, this is definitely not looking great for us. I think yeah, we don't have a lot of great options at this point, but I think we're just going to have to come in with the Grumpig at this point. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, and so yeah, we're going to see. I think we can't really make any risks since we're kind of in a bad spot here, so we have to just go ahead and fire off the Psychic here, see what he wants to do. He may want to switch out since he's confused, but we don't know. So we'll see what he wants to do. And he is indeed going to switch out here, and he is going to be coming in with the Magnezone. So he's going to take some Stealth Rock damage there, and then we do get a Psychic off against this thing. So that is going to do a decent chunk to this thing, and we do get the special defense drop, so that's actually pretty nice. And then he is going to go ahead and get some HP back with the leftovers, showing he's faster, which is unfortunate. We're also going to get some HP back with our leftovers. So I think we're kind of in a situation here where we might have to do something that I never like to do, which is bank on hitting a Focus Blast, because we really don't have. I mean, I guess we could potentially. I kind of really don't want to do that. That is an option. We could switch to the Manectric. I kind of think maybe that's the way to go, because we don't want to. Yeah, I think that's probably the safest play. So we're going to do it. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch to the Manectric. And hope he goes Electric move. We do take the Stealth Rock damage. And he is going to discharge, so that's actually really good for us because that is going to trip our Lightning Rod to give us that special attack increase. And then he is going to regain some HP with the leftovers. So I think based on the Pokemon he has left, the best move we have at this point is to go ahead and go Flamethrower. If he stays in, it should take him out. And no, he is going to switch out. And he's going to be coming in with the Garchomp, predicting the electric move, but we did not go for that, fortunately. So we're going to Flamethrower this thing at +1. He takes the Stealth Rock damage, and it is a resisted hit, so unfortunately it is not quite enough to get rid of the Garchomp. So we're in another rough spot again here. I think the best thing, really the only option we have, is just to stay in and hope we can outspeed this thing. I think if he's max speed, he might outspeed us, but I think we just have to hope that we can outspeed him here and go flamethrower again. And unfortunately, he is going to outspeed us once again. So yeah, that is bad news for us. So that is going to go ahead and knock us down to 2 Pokemon. So yeah, definitely not looking great at this point. I think the only thing we can do here is come in with the Grumpig again. And we take the Stealth Rock damage once again, of course. And we know he's locked into Outrage, so the best thing we can do is just go for the Psychic here and hope we can take an Outrage. So there's the Outrage, and we actually can't take an Outrage. That's a little bit of a surprise since we were at pretty much full HP there. So that sucks. That's going to take out the Grumpig and knock us down to just 1. Which is going to be the Poliwrath. So I'm actually, based on the damage output from the Outrage on the Poliwrath, I'm actually kind of surprised that we couldn't take one with the Grumpig. But yeah, so finally we're going to come in with the Poliwrath, and we're just going to go ahead and click Drain Punch here. We know he outspeeds, he is confused, but we'll just kind of see how this plays out here. Again, definitely not looking good for us right now. But yeah, so he is going to stay in, he is confused, and can we get a little luck? Of course not, so he's going to break through the confusion, hit us with an Outrage, and yeah, that's going to go ahead and take out the Poliwrath, and that is game. So we are going to lose that one 5-0 to TomBD. That was a pretty rough one, unfortunately, just completely outmatched on paper in that game. So yeah, unfortunately these are the breaks when you're trying to use pretty much a completely PU team against a pretty much completely OU team, and yeah, that's why tiers exist. So we try to fight against the current here. I try to fight against the current, and it does not always work out, and this is a prime example of that. But still a pretty good game nonetheless. We held in there as long as we could. But yeah, just it is what it is. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.